being aware of what the key questions are about a particular matter. So often when we're confused or when we don't understand something, it's very hard to find what the actual real underlying question is. And you may be surprised, but if you can really exactly formulate your question, then you're already 3/4 close to the answer. It reminds me of an exercise that Rudolf Steiner recommends in a little booklet, Knowledge of the Higher Worlds, where he says it's a very good practice every evening before we go to sleep to reflect back on the day and look at all the things that happen in the day from the perspective of what is important and what isn't important. In other words, which of my actions in the day have an ongoing long-term effect, and which of my actions are just superficial that don't really matter at the end of the day. And the surprising answer is that many of the things that we think are important during the day are not the ones that are really important in the long term. And you'll often, it's things like the fact that you spoke to somebody with a smile on your face, or you remembered to call somebody on the phone, or when you went to the supermarket, you helped somebody carry their trolley bag. Little actions like that, you'll find, ultimately carry far more significance for your development as a human being than the fact that you've you managed all the criteria in your job and you've done a good job in the office, which at the end of the day doesn't really is quite meaningless. And so the exercise that Steiner asks you to do is to just spend 5 or 10 minutes bringing to your consciousness what is essential and what isn't essential, being able to make that division between the essential things and the non-essential things that happened in that day. And so in the same things, when it comes to questions, there are questions that aren't really so important, yet there's other questions that are absolutely essential. And essential questions usually cannot be answered just like that. They're questions that stay with you for some time, and it'll take time. But the mere fact that you carry that question in you means that you are open to answers. You might come across something, you read something in a book, you have a conversation with a friend, you make an observation, and those isolated events all of a sudden are like dots. When you connect them, they go towards answering this question. But that only happens if you're able to carry that question within you, subconsciously or semi-consciously. And so I always have, 2, 3, 4 such questions sitting underneath there all the time. And there's a limit as to how many questions you can carry around like that. But it'd be an interesting exercise, if you have a conversation with someone, say, well, what are your main questions? Yeah, what is it what are the main questions that you carry with you? It'd be nice to actually have a conversation like that with someone else.